Hello, welcome back to an outstanding interview at the Software Engineering Accelerator. Today, we're talking to Dev Patel. After graduating in August, Dev spent 9 months in the job hunt, submitting 453 applications without landing a single interview. Frustrated with the cold application grind, Dev decided to join the accelerator. With the guidance of our coaches, he shifted his strategy, learning how to connect with recruiters, ask for referrals, and follow up effectively. Within just 6 weeks, Dev signed an offer with Klaviyo. And honestly, let me tell you, that transformation is insane. 9 months with no luck and getting an offer just 6 weeks after he started working with us. Let's hear from Dev.
Awesome. Dev, good to see you again. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, man. Really appreciate it. I'm excited to hear about your experience. I saw in the community that you got an offer. So where is that job? I know you're going for, what type of offer was it? What company is that?
Sure. The company is Klaviyo. They're located in Boston, Massachusetts. They are a marketing automation software.
Nice.
Yep. They went public in late 2023, so they're rapidly growing at the moment.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to dive into that here in a little bit. I am curious of one thing. How long did it take you to get that offer from the day that you joined the accelerator? How long did it take to actually get that offer?
So I joined the accelerator April 23rd was my first day, and I signed my offer letter on June 8th, I believe.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So is that like 6 weeks?
About give or take. Yep.
Wow. Okay. So I'd love to hear a quick snapshot of what was going on for you before you joined the program. Like, where were you in life? What was your situation then? And like, what kind of challenges were you having?
Yeah. So I graduated with my bachelor's last August, and I would say I was just cold applying everywhere, just dealing with tons of automated rejection letters and, really struggling to even land interviews, let alone being able to practice so that's where I was before I joined the accelerator.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got it. And you had finished university. How many applications do you think you sent? And
I believe the exact number I had on my spreadsheet was 453. I remember very vividly. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to kind of set a road mark of where I was before and after. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, good that you tracked that. And what had you tried before joining the accelerator to kind of solve that? Like, how did that all go for you?
So my approach to applying is sure. So, I'm waking up, looking at applications across tons of job boards and just sort of click and apply, taking my resume, taking the job description for every job and tailoring my resume for said application and just hitting submit. And that was my process for applying to jobs.
Just hoping for the best.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
What was your biggest frustration or like worry about trying to fix it back then before you joined?
I think it was my approach to talking to these interviewers and, people who could get me in the spot in a position to have these interviews, I think was my biggest worry in the back of my head, because I knew others were getting interviews, so I knew I could too. Just needed to figure out what that tweak was going to be for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you sent out 453 applications. How long was that process?
How many months?
Yeah.
So I graduated in August, but I finished. I walked across the stage in July. Still had some summer classes to wrap up, but I figured might as well start applying now. Pretty close. So I think from July up until April, little less than a year, it was just daily doing the applications, and one might take me anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, just making sure that everything is as perfect as possible for each job.
Yeah. So how many months did this spread out, this 453 applications?
From July to April.
Wow.
Since I joined the application, yeah.
Gotcha.
I think August, I really ramped up the amount of applications I was sending out, just because that's when I had ended my summer classes, so I had more time to focus on the actual applying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then just didn't really get the results that you were looking for.
Correct.
And then you found us.
I did.
Yeah.
I was on my computer. I was watching LeetCode videos on YouTube, and I ran into one of Amon's YouTube videos. And then, he mentioned the accelerator, and he mentioned, he showed some of the previous people who were successfully gone through the program, and it really sparked that, hey, I should join. I think this is something for me.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I know you and I had a great conversation back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'm curious what was running through your mind. Like when you were considering joining, did you have any hesitations, any concerns? Like what was going through your head at that point?
I definitely had some concerns. I never heard of a program like this. I didn't know what to expect. I think what I was really leaning back on were those example videos that you guys have of successful students and, their journeys. And I think my biggest worry was, do I have enough experience to even land that full-time job? And, you guys were helping out kids who had little to no experience. They'd been out of school for 2 years. So, comparing that to my situation, I think it made me a little more confident into the program.
Yeah. So it sounds like you felt like maybe you didn't have enough experience. So when you joined the program, what was your thought as you were in it about experience?
I realized that it wasn't really about the experience because I did have internships under my belt. But before the program, that's what I thought was holding me back. But the program kind of helped me realize that's not what was holding me back from getting a full-time offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think was holding you back in hindsight?
I think reaching out to people, following up, trying to get those referrals, and instead of doing the cold applying like I was, unfortunately in today's day and age, there's too many people, too many applicants to sort of succeed in that manner of just blindly applying and hoping to hear back.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. Let's talk about what it was like once you actually got started in the program. Like, how did you feel in the first few sessions?
I was pretty excited. I'm not gonna lie. I was excited to be in a community more or less of a lot of people who were exactly in the same boat as me, which was very comforting. Especially because, a lot of people around me in my actual life, day to day, people were, getting these jobs, moving forward in life. And it was comforting to be around a lot of these people who are in the same situation as you. And I was really excited to meet all the recruiters, experienced recruiters, technical recruiters, everyone that wants to help you succeed. So I was super excited, just, ready to put 110% effort into the program moving forward.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's the approach that you want to have.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you've completed the program, like what was your biggest aha moment? Like, was there any moment where something just clicked or shifted for you?
I think the follow-up is huge. I think the emphasis on that is very good in the program. And that's what helped me say, okay, before I was kind of a little hesitant to follow up with people. Maybe you don't want to seem like you're annoying people or that sort of thing, but the program helps you realize that it's not what you're doing at all. It's, people want to help you. Sometimes it just takes a couple tries. And I think that was the big click for me is, okay, just follow up, just keep following up with people.
Persistence.
Yes.
Totally.
Consistency, I think,
great.
was the biggest thing I took away. And I think form, like having a schedule of sorts, because when you're job hunting, sometimes you don't have a structure. And I think the program does a really good job of giving you said structure.
Yeah. Now, I know you've gone through multiple office hours sessions with us, and how did those go for you? Like, I'm just curious, your experience there.
It was really good, they helped me patch up my resume tons. The miles of improvement I have from when I joined to now is kind of insane, along with my LinkedIn. And, it was nice to also be able to hear other people and what technical difficulties they're having and sort of being able to apply that to my own life and situations was helpful because, everyone has a different approach to things. And it's since you're in an office hour with all these people, it's really open-ended, which makes things very helpful, I think, instead of privately behind closed doors, because you get a chance to help other people, sometimes indirectly, even if it's just the recruiter you're talking to, because I think I picked up tons of great tips and tricks from other people while they're having their little chat. I think it's really great.
Fantastic. Now, since you mentioned you thought maybe you didn't have enough experience before you started, how do you feel about your coding abilities now, like on a technical level?
I think my coding ability was always there. I think that's something that I could put, hours into and see positive feedback, throughout my years in school, even those couple of months after school, because, you put in the hours, you see the result, but with applying and, you didn't really see those results. So I think my coding ability definitely improved. But it was more my speaking and my thought process that improved more than anything because of the program and having those mock interviews with Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got it. And kind of zooming out a little bit, how do you feel you might have changed or grew as a person during this program?
I think this program, even though it's not a job, it helped me become settle into that professionalism of my career and sort of how to exactly approach people, how to have thought filled conversations, and I think me as a person, it helped me kind of, I don't want to say I was an introvert before, but I would definitely say now I'm like an extrovert. I love just talking about tech and job opportunities and stuff. I think before the program, I definitely would have been a little bit hesitant or even nervous to have these conversations with people. But now it's something I can do in my sleep. I think it's
Nice.
pretty helpful. Yeah.
Sounds like it boosted your confidence.
Yes. Majorly, I would say.
Cool, man. I guess if you were talking to someone in your exact shoes before you joined, what would you tell them now? Like, was it worth it?
Yes, it was worth it. Especially if there's someone like me who didn't have that much interview experience. Even a call like this, I think before the accelerator, I would have been a little bit nervous. And, our initial onboarding call, I was definitely a little bit nervous. And, now it's not even something I think about. I'm ready. I know I'm prepared. So if that's, I'd say to somebody, if that's what the kind of thing they're looking for, if they don't think they're always ready for these opportunities and moments when they come up, the accelerator is a really good tool for that.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. What would you say to someone who's on the fence or just maybe a little hesitant? They're considering it. They're just not quite there. What would you say to someone that's just considering it, just not all the way there?
I would say, tell me where you want to be in a couple months, right? And from 3, 6, 9, 12 months, where do you want to be? If you want to be in a full-time role, with and not just a full-time role, if you want to grow as a person and, be able to talk confidently, I think you should join the program, if that's what's holding you back. Just see where you want to be. If a full-time job is where you want to be, I think you should go for it.
Yeah.
Especially if you have nothing really, really going your way at the moment. It doesn't hurt, to try something new. And, I not just myself, I've seen this program succeeding for tons of other students. Like, this is an open community. Everybody shares their wins. They come up pretty often. So it's pretty motivating, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I guess you're a great testament to that. You had, 7 months or so of really not much job activity. And then you joined the program. 6 weeks later, you're in a brand new job.
Correct.
Yeah. Yes. How's the job going for you?
I actually start in 2 days.
Okay.
Monday is day one. Yeah. Nice. I have not started yet. Yeah.
Well, Deb, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Really grateful you joined us here today. And yeah, we'll be in contact here real soon.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Bye.